Guru Ji Ka Khalsa, Guru Ji Ki Fateh. Last week we were up to 245, so we were on the Sanat Kumar Sakhi. So we start from the top there. So there's a pankti here, Maya Mego Jagat Niram Varshtu Esh Yata Tatha. So it's at some Hindu Granth anyway. The Arth हे माया को बेग बन के पावे अनेक प्रकार के सुख दुख रूप जल्दी दृष्टि कार पर मैं आकाश की न्याय असंग हूँ तेरी तू मेरी क्या हानि कर सकेंगी। इन वचनों के भाव अनुसार संत कुमार जी अडोल चित रहे जाने उनके चित्त में हर्ष शोक न हुआ। So what they're saying is, Maya, even if you come down as a storm and rain upon me, you cannot affect my state of mind in terms of happiness and sadness, because I know, like the sky or the air, I am not what you are, and I'm separate from you. Yes, so that's what he's saying. So you can't show me up. And like this, Sanat Kumar, even though he got all these curses and we made different animals and different life forms through Parvati, he didn't waver and stayed the same. इस तरह हनुमान जी भी महाराज रामचंद्र जी की शरण में आकर कहने लगे हैं, भगवान मैं आपका दास हूँ, आपके वास्तव स्वरूप को जानता नहीं हूँ, इस वास्ते सुख दुख में हर शोक करता हूँ, मेरे ते कृपा करो, अपने वास्तव स्वरूप का बोध कराओ. So in the same way, we're starting a story now about Hanuman, who is a follower of Ramchandar, the avatar, and he's saying, Hanuman, he's saying, I'm in your sanctuary, yeah, and I'm your slave, I'm your das, but I still don't know your true form. Yeah, so here the reference is Ramchandra is a form of God because he's an avatar. So he's saying, for this reason I get into different states of mind, of happiness, sadness, and pain and pleasure. And he's saying, bless me so I can understand your true form as a form of God. तब रामचंद्र जी सीता जी का को माया का अवतार जानकर अपनी स्त्री के सामने निंदा करनी योग नहीं समझी, और माया की निंदा यानी निषेध किए बिना हनुमान जी मेरे असल तत्व को नहीं समझेंगे, ये विचार करा के माया रूप सीता अपना आप ही खंडन करे तो अच्छा है. So he's saying, Ramchandra thought, if I answer him, yeah, that my wife Sita, she's actually an avatar, so a form of a reincarnation of the illusion of the whole of the world. So she's an entity of that, and he's saying, if I then have to actually slander or put down my wife, it is not a good thing in front of her. Yeah. So he's saying without doing her khandan as Maya, Hanuman can't understand my true essence either though. So he thought this, then he thought, so the best thing to do is actually get my wife Sita to actually show him what Maya really is, because she is Maya. तथा माया रूप सीता अपना स्वरूप आप ही कहे, साथ ही मेरा वास्तव स्वरूप हनुमान जी को कहे सुनावे तो अच्छा है. ऐसा विचार कर रामचंद्र जी जान की को कहने लगे, हनुमान जी आपके सेवक हैं, भगत हैं, ज्ञान के पात्र हैं, इसको मेरा स्वरूप और अपना स्वरूप जुदा जुदा करके समझा दो. तब सीता जी तथा अस्तु कहकर अपना स्वरूप तथा राम जी का स्वरूप जुदा जुदा करके सुनाने लगी. So Ramchandra says to his wife, who is referred to as Janaki, which is the daughter of Raja Janak, and he's saying, show Hanuman what the true form of us both is, as you are as Maya and what my form is, yeah, and separate the two and make him understand what's really happening. And she says, okay, I will do that. So that's what's going to happen now. यथा कथा अध्यात्म रामायण के राम हृदय में विस्तार से लिखी है, संकोच से यहाँ भी लिखते हैं. Ramovac. Yeah, so there's a pankti here from, and there's another one. There's all these pankti out to the page, end of page 246, towards the bottom here. अर्थ श्री सीता जी हनुमान जी को कहने लगी है कि हनुमान, ये तो जो तुम्हारे सामने हाथ पैर आदि अंगों सहित जो श्याम मूर्ति श्री दशरथ द्वारा कौशल्या के पेट से पैदा हुई है, यह राम नहीं है, ये माया है, यानी मैं हूँ. So Sita is saying to Hanuman, yeah, that what you see in front of you, yeah, all these limbs and body, yeah, of this dark coloured person, yeah. So Ramchandra is dark in skin colour, yeah, Shamurti. Sri Dashrath Dwara Kushalya ke pet se paida. So the son of Dashrath and Kushalya, ये Ram nahi hai. She's saying this isn't Ram. Yeah. She's saying this is Maya, so this is illusion of the world in creation. Yeah. And she's saying that's my form, what you're seeing in front of you, because she's the one who creates Maya. राम तो इसके अंदर सूक्ष्म देखने से रहित, सर्व को देखने वाला, अक्रय अविनाशी परिपूर्ण सच्चिदानंद उपाधि रहित, माता पिता रहित, पुण्य पाप रहित, निरंजन विकारहीन, सबका आत्मा स्वरूप है. So he's saying that Ram, which is God really, is inside him, yeah, and you cannot see that Ram, so because he's refined, yeah. Sarv ko dekhne wala, he sees everyone. Akraya, he doesn't do any actions. Avinasi, he's basically eternal. Paripuran, he's complete. Satchidananda, so he's truth, he's Ananda Swarup. Upadhi Ret, without any doubts. Mata Pita Ret, without mother and father, because he's not created. Purnapapa Ret is without sin and virtue. Niranjan, he's got no Maya Vikalak in him, no illusion of the world. Vikarheen, he's got no sin in him. Sabka Atma Swarup hai, and he's the Atma, the soul in everything that we see. ऐसे राम जी के स्वरूप को कह कर जब अब सीता जी अपना स्वरूप हनुमान जी को सुनाती है, हे हनुमान जी मेरे को सारे जगत का उपादान कारण मूल प्रकृति जान. Yeah, so she's saying that believe this to be Ram's true form, yeah, that the creator of the whole of the universe and the whole of the world, yeah, know that to be Prakriti. Prakriti is like nature, let's say, Hannah. Is that right, yeah? So nature, yeah. So nature, which is a form of us anyway, she can say that. जगत को पैदा पी मैं करती हूँ, पालती पी हूँ मैं हूँ, और मैं ले पी मैं ही करती हूँ. So she's saying, as Maya, I create the world, yeah, I sustain the world, yeah, and I destroy the world as well. Sri Ram Chandar ji ko sata lekar sab kaam मैं करती हूँ. So she's saying, I get the power to do that from Ram Chandar, as in God within him, yeah, and from that I do all my actions. पर अज्ञानी बालक रामचंद्र में आरोप यानी कल्पना करते हैं कि राम ने यह काम किया, वास्तव में राम ने कुछ नहीं किया. सब काम मैं ही करती हूँ, जो करा है या कर रही हूँ, सो हनुमान तू सुन. Yeah, so it's saying people are in ignorance like children, yeah. They see Ramchandra doing actions, yeah, and they think that he's part of these actions and what's going on in the world, yeah, and that he's doing this action and whatever he did, Hannah. But in reality, she's saying he's not doing anything. She said all the actions are done by me, yeah. So she's saying, listen now to what I'm going to teach you about how I do everything, Hannah. अयोध्या में सूरज वंशों में श्याम सुंदर रूपी ये देह रूप जन्म भी मैंने पाया है. राम तो अजन्म है. मूल लोग कहते हैं कि आज राम नवमी यानी राम का जन्मदिन है, अजन्मा का जन्म ठहराते हैं, और अक्रय राम की क्रिया कल्पना करते हैं कि रामचंद्र ने अयोध्या में बाल लीला करी और विश्वामित्र के याग की रक्षा करी और शत्रुओं को यानी तारका को पुत्रों सहित मारा, परंतु राम ने कोई काम नहीं किया. वो तो अक्रय है, सब काम करने वाली मैं हूँ, यानी मैंने ही राम नवमी वाले दिन जन्म धार्या है, बाल लीला करी है, विश्वामित्र के यज्ञ की रक्षा करी है और तारका को पुत्रों को सहित मैंने मारा है. That's a long sentence. Alright, so she's saying in Ayodhya, in the ancestry of the sun, Devta, the dark skinned Ram that was born, yeah, she said I was the one who was really born, I'm the one who came into that form, Hannah. And saying Ram, God, is a Janama, he doesn't go into birth, and stupid people saying Mood, Hannah, or ignorant people think that, Hannah, and think this is the birthday of Ram, but she goes, there can't be no birthday for Ram, which is God in a sense, Hannah. So we say that as well, so we say Prakash, there's the Guru side, Hannah. But anyway, Ajanama ka janam thehrate. So it's saying, how can you celebrate the birthday of someone who can't take birth, Hannah? और अक्रय राम की क्रिया कल्पना करते हैं, and they see Ram doing actions, they think he's doing those, and she's saying he's not. कि रामचंद्र ने अयोध्या में बाल लीला करी है, so saying people then describe his childhood actions, saying he didn't really. और विश्वामित्र के यज्ञ की रक्षा करी, I mean he looked after, he protected the yag ceremony that Vishwamitra did, and she said I really did that. और शत्रु के यानी तारका को पुत्रों को सहित मारा, so saying, and then killed the enemies and someone called Tarka and his sons or her sons. And she really, I did all of these things, so she goes on to say that, है ना. So गौतम की स्त्री अहल्या को पैर छुहा कर शाप से हटा कर मैंने पवित्र कराया है. So there's a story about Gautam Rishi, and he gets angry with his wife because she's been adulterous, even though she hadn't known she'd been adulterous. Another story, but anyway, she was put into a stone for many years, and when Ram Chandar's foot touched that stone, she got freed from that curse. And what she's saying here, Maya, she's saying, I did that. He didn't really do it. Raja Janaki Sabha mein Shivji ka dhanush maine toda hai. So when he goes to the contest to win over Sita in marriage, he breaks a bow, which is from Shivji. Yeah, and she's saying, I did that. Sita ji ke saath shadi pi maine kari hai. So she's saying, even Sita getting married to him, she goes, I've done that through Maya. So in the same, all these acts she's saying basically at the end of it is all acts by her and as Maya. और परशुराम का मान में भी मैंने तोड़ा है. परशुराम is a half avatar, saying I broke his ego and his pride. सीता का विवाह कर मैं 12 वर्ष सुख मैंने भोगा है. So he's saying, and when Sita got married and got happy, and with the 12 years whatever, and she goes, oh, it was me as well as Maya. पिता के वचन मान कर वन में गमन मैंने करा है. So he's saying, I listened to what the father's vachan and then stayed in the forest. He's saying, I did that as Maya. Virad Dant ko pi maine mara hai. So Dant, the demon ko Virad was killed. Saying, I killed him. Aur Mareet Dant jo sone ka mirg bana tha, usko pi maine mara hai. And then the gold deer, she's saying, I killed him as well. Shah ki Sita jab Ravan le gaya tha, to Sita ji ko dhoondte Rudra pi maine hi kara. So saying, I was crying when Sita got separated from Ram, and that was me doing that. Jatau ki gati pi maine kari hai. So Jatau was a bird that helped Ram Chandar in the battle, saying, I also got him liberated. Kuband Dant ko mar kar mukt pi maine kara. So another demon that was killed and liberated, saying, I did that. Pilni ke bear pi maine khaye hai. So Pilni was a Bhagtani, and she gave bear, jute bear to Ram Chandar, saying, I was one of those. सुग्रीव के साथ मित्रता भी मैंने करी है और बाली को भी मैंने मारा है. So he said, I made friendship with Sugriv and killed his brother Bali. और पपीखन को शरण भी मैंने दी है और उनका राज भी मैंने उसको दिया है. So saying, Papikhan was given Raj, kingdom of Lanka through me, and he came into my sanctuary. Ravan को भी युद्ध में मारा है. So it's also, I'm the one who killed Ravan. और सीता को ले आकर राज सिंहासन तो भी मैं बैठी हूँ. So I came and sat on the throne after that. भाव ये जो काम लोग रामचंद्र में कल्पना करते हैं सो सब मैंने करे हैं. So basically saying, I did all the actions that people think Ram did. राम तो अक्रय है यानी कुछ भी नहीं करते हैं. So saying Ram is free of action, it doesn't do anything. So that's what कहा आत्मा सर्व के हृदय में रह कर भी असंग रहते हैं. So saying even though Ram as an Atma stays in everyone's hearts, still stays separated from the world, है ना. तांते हैं हनुमान जी सर्व के हृदयों का प्रकाशक परिपूर्ण जन्म अविनाशी सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप राम को जान. और सामने जो राम जी की श्याम सुंदर मूर्ति है, ये माया कपी मेरा रूप है. So she's saying to him, to Hanuman, yeah, that God that resides in everyone's hearts and inside them, and who's the creator of everyone, the illuminator. He's complete, he doesn't take birth, he's eternal, he's the truth and bliss. Yeah, realize that's God, Hannah. And that Ram that's standing in front of you, the dark skinned one, Hannah, that is also Maya. And realize that, Hannah. इस प्रकार सब मिथ्या का विचार कर और जो तुमको दिखाई सुनाई आता है सो सब Maya hai. So she's saying, in this way, realize everything is mythical and false, yeah, and the things that you see and hear, yeah, it's all Maya. Aise nishchay kar, so you make a decision like that and believe in that, have firm faith. इस प्रकार सीता जी हनुमान जी को अपना माया का स्वरूप तथा राम जी का स्वरूप जुदा जुदा कर कहती पई. So she taught Hanuman in this way and showed how they're separate, both Maya and Ram, as in God. हनुमान जी पी सीता जी दे बचन सरवण कर सब संसार को माया की यानी मिथ्या समझ कर अनात्म जान कर त्याग करता पया. So Hanuman started acting upon this and started realizing that the whole of the world is false. और माया का अधिष्ठान यानी आधार सच्चिदानंद स्वरूप को राम को स्वरूप समझ कर उस में वृत्ति लीन करता पया. So he's getting his concentration fixed into realizing that everything is reliant on that God, and everything else is Maya. और हर क्षोभ में सम रहता पाया, and then he started to remain equal and not flitter in his states of mind and of happiness and sadness. So he got peace, है ना. इससे ये निश्चय हुआ जो कुछ दिखाई सुनाई आता है सो सब माया है. So upon these teachings he realized that everything that he sees and hears, is all false and is Maya. So there's a Parman here from Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji in Asa Di Var. So Kudrat Disse, Kudrat Suniye, Kudrat Bosuk Sar. So here, underneath he says, the art for Kudrat here is basically Maya. So Kudrat is sometimes described as the power of God in the world, but what he's saying is this is all Maya. So everything you see is Maya, everything you hear is Maya. Kudrat Bosuk Sar, the fear that you have, the sukh you have, it's all reliant on that Maya. Kudrat Pakali Akasi, Kudrat Sarbakar. So saying all the universe, this world, the skies, and the regions and the higher regions, they're all in this universe, and it's all Maya, that you say. Kudrat, the Ved, Puran, Kateba, Kudrat, the Sarvichar. So the scriptures, the Veds, the Purans, the Katebs, the Semitic religions, they're all, and so is Maya of the Vichar of these. Kudrat, the Khana, Pina, Pendan. So Maya is to eat, to drink, and wear clothes. Kudrat, Sar, Pyar, and all Pyar is also Maya, or love. Kudrat Jati Jinsi Rangi Kudrat Ji Jahan. So Maya is also your jar, what your caste is and you live in the world, and all the colours of the world, and so is everything that you see in living beings in the world. Kudrat Nekiya, Kudrat Badriya, Kudrat Man, Abaman. So good actions are Maya, bad actions are Maya, and respect and disrespect is Maya. Kudrat Paul Pani Basantar. So Maya is also the air, the water, and the vegetation, the earth. Kudrat Tarki Kha, so is it the earth, and the soil. Sabderi Kudratu Kadar Karta Paki Nai Pak. So it's all your Maya, and you're pure, and the creator of all Nanak Hukme Andar Veke Vate Tako Tak. So Guru Nanak saying if you see the hukam in all this, then you'll get across this, And there's the next one, I'm not going to do this one now. It's about Asa Di Var again. It's saying Vismadana, Vismadaved, and you can look at the article for that if you want afterwards, But what it's saying is basically all the things in the world again, continuing from the other one, are all Maya, That's what it's going to say. Shikesh, we leave it. Thank you. Okay. So page 249 at the top here. Ye hai Guru Ji ne Kudrat शब्द से और विस्माद शब्द से सारा संसार माया किया ने झूठा समझाया है और इसी झूठे माया संसार में परमात्मा पूर्ण है. So he's saying through these Shabd Maharaj has taught us that it's all Maya, everything that we see, and only God is true and complete. जैसे बादामों में बादाम रोगन सर्व दूधों में की सर्व पुष्पों में सुगंधी, परंतु उस परमात्मा को इस संसार से जुदा करके समझने वाला कोई पूर्ण भागा वाला है. जो समझने वाला है उसके चित्त में हर शोक नहीं होता. So he's saying God is like if you got almonds, and then you made almond oil of it, God is like the almond oil. The almonds that are left in are of no use to you, because you've taken the essence out, And so it's saying out of all milk, if you take out butter, then what's left of the milk is of no use. So it's saying basically this is how you separate God, the true essence, from Maya in the world. So these are just examples. Sar pushpo me sugandhi, I think that's flowers, and the scent from them. And it's saying a person who understands all this and separates God and Maya in the world, they're of very good destiny, and then they do not get into flirtations of their mind of going up and down, of happiness and sadness, so they become still. इतना व्याख्यान करते दिन अस्त हो गया, सब लोग श्री नारायण हरि जी को धन्यवाद देते पे. So the katha is smapt here of the day. So this was again katha of one day, of one katha session, let's say, और कहते पे आपने बड़ा सुंदर अपूर्ण प्रकरण सुना कर हमारे को कृतार्थ किया. So people are praising you, saying what a brilliant katha you did and you taught us in so many ways. धन आप है, धन आपके माता पिता है. So they're saying you are great and so is your mother and father for bringing you to this world. कल दिन फिर इसी जगह इसी पंक्ति में तीसरी युक्ति सुनाकर कृतार्थ करना. So they're saying please bless us again tomorrow at the same time and place to make us understand the same pankti. And so this it's one pankti this katha. So they're saying tomorrow on a third day, please teach us about this pankti again with the different methods. है ना. सबा विसर्जन हुई, सब लोग आपको अपने स्थानों में चले गए और श्री नारायण हरि जी संतों के साथ अपने आसन पे चले गए. So everyone left, went home and went to sleep. सुख दुख दोनों समकर जाने और मान अपमाना. So that's the pankti. इसमें तीसरी युक्ति लिखते हैं. So the third method for this है ना. So सुख दुख दोनों समकर जाने. So saying basically believe in happiness, sadness, if you want to call it pain and pleasure. Believe them to be the same, and also believe or man apamana. So believe respect and disrespect to be the same. So you're not flittering in your mind in anything that happens in the world, and you're always equal in your state of mind. तीसरे दिन पहले ही उसी जगह भगत लोग इकट्ठे हो गए. So people who were eager to hear the katha came early, sat down, and श्री नारायण हरि जी के माता पिता गुणी ज्ञानी भी इकट्ठे हो गए. And other people gathered there, his mother and father, Sri Narayan Hari's, and other people after knowledge. और श्री दरबार साहिब जी की यात्रा करते हुए संत मंडली भी आ गई. So from Sri Darbar Sahib, the mandali of the sants, so that's the gathering of those sants who were together, they came. सबने उठ के नमस्कार करी, सत्कार से बिठाया. So everyone bowed to them respectfully and got them to sit down. और प्रसंग चलाते हुए श्री नारायण हरि जी को प्रार्थना करी. So when they're about to start the katha, the song through this बेनती कि कल वाले प्रकरण को फिर चलाओ, यहाँ सुख दुख को समझने के तीसरी युक्ति भी सुनाओ. So they're saying the same thing, teach us about this shabd that we just mentioned, this pankti, and for the third day teach us a different methodology. तब सब की तीव्र जिज्ञासा देखा श्री नारायण हरि जी तीसरी युक्ति कहने लग गए. So seeing everyone's deep desire to hear this, they started to teach them and do the katha of this. कि सुख दुख ईश्वर अधीन है. Yeah, so they're saying that pain and pleasure, happiness, sadness is also under the control of Ishwar, which is God in creation. जीव के अधीन कुछ नहीं. So he's saying the being, the living being which we are, we've got no power. ये समझकर ईश्वर के पाने में भाई भिखारी की न्याय प्रसन्न रहना चाहिए. So he's saying how भाई भिखारी lived happy under the and accepted the will of God, we should also live like that, Hannah. Yeah, so there's a shabd here by Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur, har ki gat nahi ko janne. So no one knows the limits of God. Yogi japi jati tapi tachhare arbho log siyanne rahao. So the Rahal Pank is saying the yogis, the jatis, the celibates, the tapis, the people who do hard austerities, pachahare, basically they've lost in their efforts. Arbho log siyanne, and even people who are of some knowledge, they've lost as well in terms of learning the limits of God, है ना. So the first point, हर की बात नहीं को जानना है ना. Or if it's in nahi in the real one, I'm not sure if this is spelled right here. शेन में राव रंग को करी राव रंग कर डारे. So he's saying in a second God can make a king into a pauper and a pauper into a king. रीते परे परे सकनावे रे तो को बेवहारे. And the way of God is that it can fill the empty and make the empty filled, है ना. So opposites of the two, and I don't know the right way now. Then अपनी माया आप सारी आपने देखन हारा. So God created this maya and fulfilled in terms of sustaining, and then He watches it Himself. Nana रूप तेरे बहुरंगी सब तेरे है नियारा. So God is multiplied Himself into many forms, which is the whole of the universe. Yeah, but then He stays isolated as well. He stays aloof from it as well. Hana? So both things are happening. Hana? And he says, God ki putri kaha kare bapri khilavan haro janne. So he's saying like a puppet can't do anything without the puppet master. Hana? That's how we are with God. Hana? ठीक है? Is that right? Okay. ऐसे पे करावे बाजीगर oh so he saaj anne. Yeah? I don't know what that means. What does it mean? Oh, you're not paying attention, man. Yeah, what?
Bajigar is like the person that, like the, director of the play or something, isn't it?
Is it? Oh. Jaisa pe karave bajigar o taiso hi saaj anne. So he's saying how a director of a play directs, Hannah, and the scenes created like that. Taiso hi saaj anne. So he's saying that's what God does, Hannah. Anna Kotri Boho to Korea up Huara saying makes loads of buildings and then he's actually looking after them himself like the God. Yes, Melra Kete say Rehana Kya Hokare Vichara. So saying we've got no power basically in the world. And he's the doer of everything. Jin Kishkia Sui Jana Jin is Sabid Saji. So only God knows that because he created this, Hannah. Kahunan Atrapra Swami Kimat Apane Kaji, Hannah. So he's saying God's above us, Hannah. And only he knows his own value, Hannah. Do we do all these or not? Come on. I'll do this one. I'll do the next one. I'll do one. Jatan about sukha ke kiye dukho kiyo na koi. So saying we all try to get happiness or sukh or pleasure. No one tries to get sadness or pain. Yeah. Kaho Nanak sundare bana har paave so hoy. But Guru Nanak saying in Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur's form, you need to listen to this mind of mine. Yeah. What pleases God is what happens, Hannah. So you can try what you want, but what's going to happen is going to happen. So you have to accept the will of God. Jagat Bhikhari firt hai sabko data ram. So the whole of the world is a beggar of God, yeah, and the giver is God. If you meditate on that God, then your desires will be fulfilled. Now we've got two long ones here from the bar, but Simrat Granth Sajana, yeah, which is a Vedanta Granth. I'm not going to read these yet, but then we'll go to the Arth on page 251. इन सारे शब्दों का भाव ये है कि सुख दुख परमेश्वर के अधीन है. So it's saying all these shabds mean, the meaning is that happiness, sadness, pain, pleasure is also controlled by God in His power. अगर सुख दुख जीव का को अधीन होता तो चारों स्त्रियों में जिन जिन के नाम लिखे हैं, यानी महाराजा युधिष्ठिर, दुर्योधन, महाराजा नल, हरीश चंद्र, देवराज इंद्र, राजा रावण, भगवान कृष्ण जी के माता पिता वासुदेव देव की आदि समर्थ होने पर दुख न पाते, पर दुख सब ने पाया ताते सुख दुख ईश्वर अधीन है, यानी हुक्म में है. यह समझकर हुक्म में प्रसन्न रहना चाहिए, यानी सुख दुख में सम रहना चाहिए. So in this Bhav Simrat Granth Panktya would have come, Hannah, that they talked of Maharaja Yudhishthira, who's the brother of the oldest brother of the Pandavas, Duryodhana as well, Maharaja Nala, that is Harish Chandra is a famous Raja as well, and then Indra Devta is the king of the Devte, Raja Ravan the demon king as well, Bhagwan Krishna Ji as well, and his mother and father, Vasudev Devki, his mother and father, and his Anna, saying all these people had powers, yeah, and different levels of powers, but they still all went into fleets of Dukh, Hannah, yeah, and Sukh, because that's in the power of God. Yeah, they couldn't stop that happening, Hannah. So he's saying we should remain the same in Sukh and Dukh, and whatever happens in our life, we should accept the will of God and stay equal in our state of mind. He's saying even these people had so many powers, could not stop that, Hannah. So that's the law of God, let's say, in the Prakriti and the nature, Hannah, that you all, even if you're a avatar, you have to go through these things, Hannah. Agar samna rahega to Ishwar chahega so hoga. So I'm saying, if you do not stay equal, Hannah, so for example, if Liverpool lose the league Hannah, after 17 points lead, whatever they've got, yeah, and if you do not stay equal, Hannah, you still can't change it anyway. That's what it's saying. You can't change the outcome, Hannah. You're still going to have to accept the outcome of what God wanted to happen, Hannah. Jo Ishwar chahega so hoga. That's what they're saying, Hannah. ईश्वर के दरबार में हंसने वाले रो कर आते हैं और रोने वाले हंस कर जाते हैं. So that's the point that came first, Hannah. So it's saying the people who come to God's court, Hannah, the ones who came laughing, Hannah, yeah, might leave crying, Hannah, and the ones who come crying might leave laughing, Hannah. Yeah. So this is a Shabad by Bhagat Kabir Ji. Yeah. So he said, Raja Sram mit nahi jani teri. So he's saying, God, I do not know your ways, hana. Tere santan ki ho cheri. So he's saying, I am a slave to your sants, hana. Those are sants who are complete and one with God. Yeah, so that's like Guru Sahibs. Hasto jai so rovat ave, rovat jai so hasse. So it's that the artha we just read, hana. Yeah. So he's saying people come laughing might leave crying, and the people who come crying to God's court might leave laughing. Basto hoye so ujar hoye so base. People with the houses might become homeless, and the homeless might get houses. So this is basically describing what God can do in His power. He can do this to us, all of us. Jalte thalkar thalte kuwa kubte mer charave. He can make us live on water. He can make us live on land. He can make the land people live on water. Yeah. Kupte mer charave, can get birds to get onto mountains and whatever it may be. Tarti te akas chadave chade akas girave. He can get us to get onto the tarti, he can get us to go in the sky. Yeah, and things that fly in the sky will make them come onto the earth. Well, that may be us, like airplanes as well. Pekhari te raj karave, raja te pekhari. So a beggar can become the king, and the king become a beggar. Kala murak te pandat karbo pandat te mugadari. So a complete idiot can become very knowledgeable, yeah, like a pandit. So the word pandit means like intellectual, yeah, and then the intellectual can become a complete idiot, yeah. So you can read both ways, Nari tejo purkh karave, purkhan tejo nari, yeah. So you can make a man into a female and a female into a male, and that does happen as well in terms of human lives. You may change sex and gender, that does happen. Yeah, Kaho ko Kabir sadhu ko pritam tis murat balahari. So Bhai Kabir is saying is he loves his sadhus, God loves his sadhus, people who love him, this murat balahari, and saying I am a sacrifice unto that image of God and his sadhus. Sakhi Bhagwat. जैसे यादव 56 करोड़ होने पर अभिमानी हो गए सी 56 करोड़ सोडी बाबा 56 ना बीबी 96 लिखना या होंदा है 56 करोड़ 56 56 बलविंदर कौरे हां 56 हां देखिया मेनू पता सीगा बीबी है साडी पता नहीं 99 करोड़ 96 करोड़ Alright, जैसे यादव 56 करोड़ होने पर अभिमानी हो गए सी. So this is a story about what comes in the Bhagavad. So the Yadavs, who are Krishan Bhagwan's family, I think, yeah, they became 56 crores, that's 56 crore, that's like millions, let's say, yeah, they became full of pride and ego. सबके साथ हंसी मखौल करा करते थे. So they always used to take the mickey out of people. एक दिन दरबाशा को देकर हासी करने वास्ते साम जो जामवंती का लड़का था बड़ा सुंदर था, उसको जनाने कपड़े पहनाकर और पेट के बहुत कपड़े बांध कर दूसरे मुंडों की स्त्रियों का रूप धारण कर हासी करने वास्ते दरबाशा से जाए पूछा कि महाराज ये स्त्री गर्भवती है और आपसे पूछने में शर्म करती है, इस वास्ते हम पूछते हैं कि इसको क्या जमेगा. Yeah? Now Darvasha Rishi was a famous saint, who got very angry very easily. Yeah? So what they did, the Yadavs, yeah, play a practical joke on him, yeah. A guy called Jamwanti, yeah, he looked a bit like a girl, he looked very feminine, yeah, and he was very beautiful, yeah. And they put clothes of a woman on him, yeah, dressed him as a woman, and put a cloths over his stomach, because he must be thin, can't be like fat like me, yeah. Put some clothes on him to make him look pregnant, yeah. And then to take the mick out of Darvasha, they said to him, to Darvasha Rishi, Maharaj, yes, and this woman, she's pregnant, but she's shy, but she wants to ask you what's going to be born to her, so they're asking like, is he a boy or a girl, yeah, and so the other boys, as well, some of them dressed up as women as well, went with him, तब दुर्वासा ने भगवान कृष्ण देव पुत्रों को अभिमानी देकर और ऋषियों पर ठनोल मश्करी करत देख कर कहने लगे, इसके गर्भ से यादवों के कुल का नाश करने वाला एक मसूल निकलेगा. Yeah, so Darvasha Rishi said, okay, you think you're funny boys. Yeah, so these are the sons and grandsons of Bhagwan, Krishan Bhagwan. And he said to them, he said, look, so what's going to be born out of that woman is a piece, of a masool, I don't know, it's like some sort of. वो तो पता है यार, मूसल की ऐसे मूसल लिखा मूसल. But anyway, basically, whatever they'd put under his stomach, which wasn't a cloth, he had like a piece of like metal, I think it was, of some sort, yeah. But what it was, whatever that was, and that piece, that object, and he said that's going to be the cause of the destruction of your whole ancestry. You're all going to die from that. Yeah. So that's what the Darvasha Rishi said to him. Yeah. ऐसे क्रोध में वचन सुनकर बालक डर गए. So hearing this curse, they all got scared. और उसके पेट से कपड़े खोले, open the कपड़े, बराबर मूसल निकला, मूसल को देखकर रोने लगे. And they saw a piece, whatever this मूसल is, come out, from underneath the clothes, और भगवान कृष्ण को सब हाल सुनाए. Then they went to Krishan Bhagwan and told him what has gone on. भगवान कृष्ण कहने लगे, ईश्वर इच्छा ऐसे ही होनी थी. So he's saying, Krishan Bhagwan saying, this is what God in the creation wanted, and that's what's happened now. So this goes back to what we were saying earlier, his command only happens, अब सब यादवों का नाश होगा. And he said now all the Yadavs are going to get destroyed, yeah. So there's like millions of these guys anyway. अब इस लोहे के टुकड़े मूसल को पीस कर समुद्र में गिर दो. So yeah, so it's here, like I said, metal, so he's saying get this metal, yeah, and grind it down, grind it down as much as you can, yeah, and then get the what's been grinded down, throw it into the sea. उन्होंने पीस कर गिरा, एक थोड़ा सा टुकड़ा था, उसको मच्छी ने निगल लिया. So they grinded it all down, threw it all into the sea, but then a little piece remained, They threw that into the sea, and then a fish swallowed that piece, मच्छी चीवर ने पकड़ी और मच्छी के पेट से लोहा निकला. So someone captured a fisherman got the fish, cut the fish open and got the loha out of it, उसको अपने बाण की मुखी पर लगाया. And this person who got the little loha, he put it onto his arrow, yeah, the loha. और वो बाण श्री भगवान कृष्ण जी के चरणों में बदक ने मारा. And that arrow was used by Badak, the hunter, to kill Krishan Bhagwan. So that's the arrow that hit him in his foot, जिससे भगवान ने अपना शीर छोड़ दिया. So when Krishan Bhagwan got shot by that arrow, he died, he passed away. So that's from that same thing, that killed him. और बाकी 56 crore, so the rest of the 56 crore, so this is like millions of them, I know billions, I don't know how much a crore is because so many zeros, yeah. यादव जो समुद्र में चूड़ा कर फेंक दिया था. So the rest of that thing that was grinded into the sea, उससे तीखा घास पैदा हो गया था. From that, there was grass blades that were created on the seaside, yeah, from that, as a plant. फिर सब यादव प्रभास खेतर में जाकर शराब पीकर आपस में लड़ पड़े. So these guys were some male of some sort, and they all got drunk and started fighting with each other. The Yadavs did. So they had a massive brawl. और वही तीखा घास उखाड़ कर एक दूसरे को मारते पे. And they got these grass blades, whatever, they were really sharp, they were created from that same loha, and they killed each other with those blades of grass, yeah, or whatever the shoots are. इस प्रकार सारे यादव मारे गए. In this way, they all killed each other. Yeah,
56 million.
Yeah, whatever it is, yeah. So हंसते हंसते यादव दरबाशा पास आए थे और रोते रोते चले गए. तेरा भला हो. So he's saying the Yadavs came laughing and joking to the Darvasha Rishi and went crying from the oak because they all died from that. Yeah? So be very careful when you take the mythical out of it. Durvasa Syokar Trigori Yadav E Fal Pae. So that's Bhagavad Naam Dev again, the same Pankti. So he's saying they took the Michael, or were cheeky to Darvasha Rishi, and this is the fruit of their sin, है ना. तांते परमेश्वर जो चाहे सो करता है. So saying basically God can do what he wants, है ना. जीव के दे अधीन किच नहीं. So saying we've got no control, है ना. बस तो होए होए सो ऊजर, ऊजर होए सो बसे, है ना. So it's the same thing, and saying that people who live, है ना, and can get homeless, and the homeless can become householders, है ना. अर्थ परमेश्वर चाहे तो बस्तों ग्राम को उजाड़ देवे, और उजाड़ में चाहे तो बस्तियां बना देवे. Yeah? So it's saying it can destroy residential houses and everything, create new neighborhoods, है ना. And the opposite, you see that with tornadoes and anyway, है ना. जब दशमेश पासा जी को खबर हुई कि दोनों साहिबजादे सरहंद में चुनाए गए, तब गुरु जी ने शाप दिया कि सरहंद शहर उजड़ जावे, जो बड़ा भारी शहर कई कोसों में बसा हुआ था. बंदे बहादुर ने आकर शहर को उजाड़ दिया और ईट ईट कर शहर को तोड़ दिया. तो परमेश्वर चाहे तो बस्ती को उजाड़ कर देता है और उजड़े को बसा देता है. So he's saying when Sri Guru Gobind Singh heard of the Chhote Sahibzade getting bricked alive, है ना, at Sirhind, the Guru Sahib then said at that point, है ना, gave a curse, yeah, that Sirhind should get ujjariya, which means basically Sirhind shouldn't exist as a city, है ना. Yeah, and it used to be a massive city at the time, है ना. And Banda Bahadur, when he came, Banda Singh Bahadur, है ना, he destroyed the whole of the city, to the extent that they destroyed every single standing building. Yeah, so he said eat kar, है ना. What they did is they basically went around like crazed people, yeah, and it took them about a year. They went around knocking down every single house or every single brick building in the Sirhind. That's what they did.
How big was the city?
It says many miles, I know, yeah. And then for years later, I know people who live in Sirhind, what they said is the bricks were still there until the last 20 years as well, from all that destruction. And they used to use the old bricks to rebuild houses, because there was that much bricks still left just lying in Sirhind as a share. You didn't have to buy it, you just get the old ones. Yeah? So साखी मालवा देश जो उजड़िया होया सी, यानी जंगल सी, उसको दशमेश गुरु जी ने वार दे के वसा दिया. So what it's saying, you know, so it's that punk and basto hoy so ujr hoy so base. So the share of Sirhind existed, but then it all got destroyed. Yeah. Now we're going to give the opposite. So Malwa there. So Malwa is an area of Punjab, na? I think it's where Bathinda is.
Ludhiana, Bathinda.
Yeah, Ludhiana, Bathinda side. But anyway, yeah. So it was basically barren, na? Malwa Desh was barren. It had nothing there, na? Yeah. And Guru Sahib got to be in existence, na? Yeah, and get population and get greenery, है ना. So जब दशमेश गुरु जी मालवा गए तो सरदार डल्ला सिंह ने बड़ी सेवा करके गुरु जी को प्रसन्न किया. गुरु जी प्रसन्न होकर कहने लगे, देख डल्ले कैसा पानी चमक रहा है, मेरा वग रहियां हम. So when you go to Bhai Dalla's house, the Bibi there tells you this story as well, and says Dalla messed up because he didn't agree with what Maharaj was saying, है ना, on the three bachan, है ना. So this is the first bachan Maharaj said to Dalla. So Maharaj is giving him var, है ना, saying this is what he's saying, है ना. But Dalla keeps refusing it. Yeah. कहने लगे, देख डल्ले कैसा पानी चमक रहा है. So Maharaj is saying, look, you can see water, look at the reflection of the water I can see. Yeah. So Maharaj is saying that there can be water because there wasn't water there. Nehra vag rahiyan han. So he's saying the canals, yeah, are flowing here, है ना. Yeah. So these Nehra in India, they're usually tributaries from rivers, है ना. But anyway, डल्ले ने कहा, पाशाह ये तो मिर्ग जल है, रेता चमक रहा है, यानी थल है. Yeah. So he refused that bachan from Maharaj and said, no Maharaj, you got it wrong, yeah. That actually this is like a mirage, it's not really water, there's no water. And what you're actually seeing, he's saying to Maharaj, yeah, is the reflection on the sand. Yeah. डल्ले ने कहा, पाशाह ये तो, you said that. So फिर दशमेश जी ने कहा, डल्ले दे कैसे आंब अनार लटक रहे हन. डल्ले ने कहा, पाशाह यह अक किकरा है. Yeah. So Maharaj is saying to Dalla now, yeah, look at these amb, so mangoes, anar, which is a fruit as well, lटक रहे हैं. So you can only get those fruits if there's water and vegetation there, है. And Dalla says, no Maharaj, you got it wrong here. This is which is basically plants which don't give no fruit, and it's like really weird in it. But anyway, गुरु जी कहने लगे डल्ला तेने बचन लुटाया है. So Maharaj said, Dalla, you've refused my बचन. Yeah? नहीं तो सब कुछ होनी हो जाना था. So Maharaj saying, this would have happened now straight away, yeah? This would have happened in your area now. पर अब काल पाके सब कुछ हो जाएगा. But now, it won't happen now immediately, but after some time it will happen, and because you refused the bachan, and it would happen immediately. So मालवा उजाड़ था, गुरु जी के वार सो आबाद हो गया, इस तरह बसता हुआ. Yeah? So it was barren land and then became populated and with greenery and crops and everything else, through Guru Sahib's bachan. Yeah, now the next one is going to be in Pakistan, that we're going to talk about here. So Ahmedabad शहर Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji के शाप से उजड़ गया. So Ahmedabad शहर, which used to be a city, is where the Gurdwara Rodi Sahib is now, yeah. So because of the shrap from Maharaj, it was destroyed. The city was, so this is what they're saying here. So Guru Sahib said it's going to get destroyed in daytime. It's no longer exists. There's just the Gurdwara there now in some fields, जब गुरु नानक देव जी अहमदाबाद गए ਹਨ ਤਾਂ भाई मर्दाने ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਖ ਲੱਗੀ है, तब वो भोजन मांगने वास्ते शहर में गया. So they got to Ahmedabad. Maharaj said, Bhai Mardana got hungry. I went to Ahmedabad शहर, to the city. I went to ask for food. पठानों का विवाह था, शराब पी कर मस्त हो रहे थे. So there was a wedding from Pathans and they were drinking alcohol and getting drunk. मर्दाने ने भोजन मांगा, उन्होंने भोजन तो क्या ही देना था, उल्टा मर्दाने को पकड़ कर बहुत मारा. Yeah? So Bhai Mardana asked for food, and rather than giving him food, they beat him. Yeah? Yeah? And beat him quite badly, yeah? And Mardana rota rota Guruji pass आया. So Bhai Mardana crying after the beating came to Guru Maharaj. Guruji ने ताद कोप करके पठानों के वास्ते ये शब्द उच्चारा. Yeah? So because of the actions of the Pathans, Maharaj then mentioned this shabd. So this shabd, jin sir sohn pattiyan mangi bhai sandoor. So saying those women who went wearing pattiyan and they got sandoor on their heads, so they dressed up. Sesar kati munyan gal vich aave toor. So the murderers are going to come and chop them up, yeah, and they're going to get turi of the earth and their gal which they've got jewelry and stuff. Mehla andar hondiyan hon behen na milan hadur. So they sit in their palaces, but they won't meet God now, Adesh Baba Adesh. So that's Maharaj saying, I bow to God, Aad pur tera ant na paye kar kar dekhe ves, So I say, Maharaj, I can't describe your limits, and I'm watching what you do, that's how the Pangti, Sinha vi ahiya la rahe sohn paas, hi doli chariya dand khand ki teras, upro pani vari hai challe chimkan paas. Yeah, I don't want to read all of this, yeah. I don't know that I've properly, but I can get some more. Yeah, so basically saying when they got married, in this, so there's a marriage going on, isn't there, where these people are getting drunk, yeah. they were happy and they're all doing like joking and laughing, and partying var raha, yeah. 1 lakh lehn behtiyan, 1 lakh lehn khariyan, gari shuhare khandiyan man se jariya, 3 kal silka paya tuttan mot sariyan. Yeah, so they put in hearts in their gal, which are worth millions, yeah, they're eating shuhare, dates and other things, yeah, like they're doing weddings, they're on expensive beds, or seats, and they got silk in their hands and motiyan, so it's not basically what's it, pearls and stuff, Tana jobana doi veri hoye jini rakhe rang laye. Yeah, so wealth and youth, yeah, are enemies, and they're the things that these are must in, they duta nu farmaye le challe pat gawai. Yeah, so the messengers were told, beat them and take them out. Jo tis paave de vadiyaye de paave de sajaye. So if it pleases God, he can give them praise, singing his praises, or he can give them punishment, aggo de je chete ye takayat mile sajaye, saha surat gamaya rang tamase chaye, Babar Vani fir gayi koher na roti khaye. Yeah, so basically what happened is Babar came to this area and raided and killed all the city and destroyed everyone, Yeah, ikna vakht khuaiya, ikna puja laye, choke vin hindwaniya kyo tikke kadhe naaye, Ram na kabhu chetyo hon keh na mile khudaye, ek kar aave apne ek mil puche sukh, ikna eho लिखिया बहबे रोवे दुख जो तिस भावे सोचे नानक क्या मानुख. Yeah. So what that last part is talking about, Hannah, is that different people, Hannah, even Hindus, Hannah, they lived in this area, Hannah. Yeah. But no one remembered God, Hannah. Yeah. And then this whole this area, Hannah, was destroyed, Hannah. Is that right? So Baba?
Yeah.
That's fine then. इस प्रकार परमेश्वर चाहे तो वसे हुए को उजाड़ सकता है और उजड़ों के वसा सकता है. So you can get the people who are without a neighborhood to have a neighborhood, and with those with neighborhoods and cities get destroyed. सब कुछ परमेश्वर के हाथ है. Everything is in the power of God. परंतु जो परमेश्वर की आज्ञा में प्रसन्न रहता है वो ही जीवन मुक्ति का हाथ है. So then those people who live under the command of God and remain happy under His will, they get mukti while they're alive. Yeah, we've done 10 and we're going to stop there. Yeah, 254. ठीक है, रब की आज्ञा आत्म हिता. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.